Hello and welcome to How's That? With me is Vijay Lokpally, my friend and colleague. Two very good games last night, Vijay, even though fans will be disappointed with the one-sided nature of the Chennai Super Kings defeat. Two very good games last night, very engaging cricket on Saturday evening.
Oh yes, very good games and very contrasting roles we got to see from the two captains. I mean, one was a winning captain, known to, he played the kind of innings you expect him to, and the other was a losing captain who looked a pale shadow of what we have seen all these years. I'm talking about Virat Kohli, the winner, and MS Dhoni, the loser.
A similar situation in the earlier game, Vijay, with KL Rahul playing a good knock but ending up on the losing side, and Dinesh Karthik finding his form to take his side to victory. It was a tale of captains really last night, with two captains doing well and two captains ending up on the losing side, despite KL Rahul scoring a few runs for himself and for his team.
It's very interesting how it boils down to the leader. I'm very happy the way Dinesh Karthik has emerged from the shadow of uncertainty which had kind of dogged him right through the tournament. He's smiling. He loves to smile, and he's putting a big smile now.
Let's go from the first game, Vijay. Let us take on Kings 11 defeat to Kolkata Knight Riders. It was snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, wasn't it, for Kings 11 Punjab?
Oh my God! I mean, how could Kings 11 Punjab do it? The game was all sealed up. Dinesh Karthik, he said that he was praying, when the shot went in the air, and he was praying that it should fall a couple of inches short, which it did so agonizingly for Glenn Maxwell and Kings 11 Punjab. But don't you think, Rajaraman, it was an error changing the batting order at that stage?
Of course it was, Vijay. To have sent in a 20-year-old batsman with not much experience to face Sunil Narine, I think that was a huge mistake on the part of the Kings 11 Punjab think tank, whether it was Anil Kumble or KL Rahul who made the decision. Whoever it was will have to cop the blame. You have Glenn Maxwell who can strike the ball hard. He's not been in the best of form, but when you've got him in the squad, you've got to back him. And I think they made a big mistake in not sending him up the order. Eventually, they got to see Maxwell score a few runs. If he had got those extra 6 or 7 deliveries, he might have made a difference between winning and losing.
You're absolutely right. Those 5 or 6 deliveries did make a lot of difference. But I think we have the advantage of hindsight. At that moment, I thought it was a good move because Prabh Simran is a very good stroke player. And it was one opportunity. If he had taken it, if he had grabbed the opportunity, he would have been a hero last night. But Kings 11 Punjab was destined to lose a match which it had sealed.
Even though he was up against Sunil Narine, Vijay, it was tough for him to step in and then score those runs quickly. Of course, Kings 11 Punjab needed just around 20 runs in the last 3 overs, and they conspired to find a way to lose the game. Whether it was Nicholas Pooran who tried to hit Sunil Narine out of the attack, or KL Rahul himself, who could have played that one delivery from Prasidh Krishna, taken a single, retained strike, and then played the final over to try and secure a victory for Kings 11 Punjab. But full credit to Sunil Narine and to Prasidh Krishna for managing those last 3 overs well, even though it must be said, Vijay, that Sunil Narine has been called for suspect action. We can't even say chucking anymore, but he's been called for suspect action, and Kings 11 Punjab will be wondering if it was done in by something like that.
But this was an opportunity which Kings 11 Punjab has wasted, and it is now languishing at the bottom. And from here, Kumble is absolutely right when he says the only way is upwards, but it's going to be one big miracle for Punjab to now figure in a playoff.
Vijay, let us bring in a third perspective on the decision to promote Prabh Simran up. we have KP Bhaskar, a batting coach and a wonderful captain for Delhi in his time, talking to us about the decision to send Prabh Simran up ahead of Glenn Maxwell.
They say you haven't won till you have actually won it. 3 overs, 23 runs with 8 wickets in hand should have been an easy walk in the park. But one small mistake, one small blunder by the ting tang of Kings 11 Punjab cost them the game. Prabh Simran, who was sent ahead of the big hitters like Maxwell and Jordan, wasted some crucial balls. Can't really blame him because he was probably playing his third match or so. There was pressure on him. Probably by that time, Kings 11 Punjab thought that they had the game under their wraps. But then it's a funny game. We all know that T20, once you give it a slip, it's very difficult for them to come back. I hope they must have learned their lesson. And, when you have senior hitters, big hitters in the team, they should always be promoted up.
On the hindsight, we can think of a lot of things. But yeah, it's just a tough and a bitter pill to swallow. So, yeah, it's just hard. Well, we just lost wickets, so we couldn't like, it wasn't easy for the new batsman to come in and score. We lost wickets at the crucial time, and we had to pay for it.
Vijay, don't you think that both KL Rahul and Anil Kumble, who were a picture of calm for bulk of the game, where the bowlers had done a good job for them, and then the batsmen were leading them to victory, would regret this decision in time to come?
Yeah, they will feel the pressure, no doubt. I mean, it was, if the move had clicked, it could have been called a masterstroke, but it was not to be. As of now, it will be considered a blunder because sending Prabh Simran ahead of Maxwell now, in hindsight, doesn't look a very encouraging decision, and it is for the team management now to look for ways and how Rahul and Agarwal and Pooran, these are the three key batsmen, how they can inspire a comeback, we'll have to wait and see.
There is no doubt that the young lad is talented, can play the big shots. But when you have got players like Glenn Maxwell, Chris Jordan, and Mandeep Singh, I think Anil and KL Rahul perhaps made a big mistake there, Vijay. But we can't linger too long on that one decision that turned the game on its head. We have to give credit to Dinesh Karthik and his bowler for pulling off a heist.
We just hung in there. We believed that if we could get a wicket or two at some point, we could put pressure on them. Credit to Sunny and Prasid, the way they came back at that stage and, created the opportunities, and the way Varun bowled as well. So, overall a good bowling effort. Try and give KL a single and get the other batsman on strike and put pressure on him. That was the plan, and I think Prasid did that beautifully. And even Sunny showing his experience. It's not easy for a spinner to bowl the death overs, but the way he bowled was really good. Not only his experience, the way he has bowled, his first 3 overs made it pretty easy. The choice was not whether it was Sunny to bowl. I think it was Sunny to bowl. What he could bowl towards the last ball was the only discussion. Till then, he had, he was very sure what he was doing. So the last ball, we just had a conversation as to what was the best ball to go, and we decided it was a wide Yorker, and he executed it almost well. But Maxwell played a great shot. It was a close game. It was a great game, though.
Yes, Dinesh Karthik, he had been talking of a turnaround. I mean, he has a lot of faith in the young lot, and they did deliver last night, and he himself was among the runs because it was a very, very crucial innings from him that gave KKR the platform to come back.
I think I was, the way the group has supported me through the initial phase was fabulous. It was time I contributed as a batsman, and I'm very happy with the way I batted, and more importantly, the pace at which I batted, I think helped the team to reach a pass score. And I'm happy with the way how things are unfolding right now.
Yes, indeed, Vijay. KKR was tottering at 63 for 3 in 11 overs. And then Dinesh Karthik helped the side get 101 runs in those final 9 overs. 101 in the final 9 overs, including a whopping 60-plus runs in the final 5 overs. Terrific batting from Dinesh Karthik, a man who was not supposed to be in form, finding it in the nick of time for his side.
Absolutely nick of time, and he himself would have salvaged the situation for Kolkata because Gill, we all know what a fabulously talented batsman. He once again demonstrated last night that he is going to be a batsman who will go far in all formats of the game because he loves to bat long. And and Karthik getting runs is bad news for the bowlers because he seems to have he looked in good nick. I mean, all these days he was getting out early, and also Karthik is known to kind of throw away his wickets. But he looked very good last night, and it was a magnificent comeback for Kolkata.
It was not an easy pitch for the batsmen to play those big shots on, but Shubman Gill played a very mature innings at the top of the order.
Yeah, he's very mature, and I mean, look at the ease with which he was able to get into position to play the shots. He has so much time at his disposal, such confidence in such a young man. I think it speaks for the grooming, obviously, and the fact that he is very comfortable on pitches where the ball comes up, and he was able to adjust when the ball was stopping. So I loved watching Gill last night, and Gill and Karthik getting runs is going to help KKR go the distance.
Talking about captains last night, Vijay, especially the ones who got runs, Virat Kohli paced his innings brilliantly, didn't he?
I mean, if you look at his first 3 innings, he never looked like Virat Kohli. And last night he looked so much the vintage Virat, who loves to get into his mode of scoring runs at a brisk pace. And again, you see how he picked the right balls to hit. And of course, there was a top edge which went behind for a 6. That was not the shot which you would associate with Virat. But yes, he looks firmly in the saddle now.
What I liked about his innings is that he didn't try to overreach himself. He didn't want to play those big shots early on, took those singles and twos. In fact, he ran as many as 50 of his runs, 50 of his 90 runs came from running between the wickets. And that was a terrific thing to watch, Vijay. Someone who was in complete control, someone who waited for the bad balls to score, and someone who waited for the death overs to come on before he could unleash his stroke play.
Absolutely impeccable demonstration of how to pace the innings. I mean, you're right about his running between the wickets. It speaks for his fitness. I mean, you could see he wasn't really panting. I mean, he was ready to face the next ball, whether 1, 2, 3. We know him, he's a good runner between the wickets. But his energy is what gladdened me because he never looked short of energy. And the way he finished the game, the innings, I mean, was fabulous.
Vijay, will rewind a little bit to that super over that Virat Kohli batted against Jasprit Bumrah. And he managed to pull Bumrah for a 4 and help RCB to victory in that super over. Last night, when he came on television and spoke a little bit after the game, he said something very interesting about how that one shot gave him the kind of confidence. After that, he has not looked back at all. And it was a brave decision to have walked in to place Jasprit Bumrah despite not having scored any runs in that game. It turns out to be a fabulous decision for him, something that gave him the confidence boost to play the kind of innings that he has been doing now.
I'm not surprised he spoke about that shot. It was a very critical shot for RCB and for Virat. And like you said, he came out and took the challenge upon himself, and that too against a bowler of the class of Bumrah. So Virat made his point, and the team stands motivated now, and RCB is on the way to its desire to look for its maiden title in IPL.
Virat looked a lot calm when RCB was defending that score, particularly because someone like Chris Morris came into the side and made him very, very useful. Chris Morris bowled brilliantly last night, Vijay.
Oh yes, he has now added depth to the bowling. He brings in a lot of experience, and he is a fighter. Also the fact that he keeps his calm. That is very, very important when you are under pressure. You look at Morris. I mean, he is able to deliver because he knows his abilities, and we saw it last night very well.
I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've played an actual game of cricket, so I was very nervous coming in, big butterflies. Felt like I was making my test debut again. So yeah, just happy to get on the park first of all, and any contribution I can do in the team is very, very happy and very satisfying for myself. So yeah, it's been hard work since been in Dubai. Had a slight injury, so we're very happy to be back on the park, and the medical team have been absolutely excellent at RCB. So very chuffed, and yeah, just happy with today. Yeah, I think it's obviously been quite an interesting tournament so far, especially for the bowlers, because the pitches have changed slightly. I mean, it's when the dew comes in, the dew plays a factor, and you know, some days are dry, some days aren't. So we've obviously tried to figure out and sum up what the conditions are on the day, and what would suit our bowling unit in terms of what balls we want to bowl. But look, I think guys haven't been playing cricket for so long, and for the guys to come back and hit their straps straight away would be quite difficult. So it would have taken a couple of games for the boys to start getting their rhythms and hitting the execution of what they needed to do. And I think slowly but surely the guys are starting to do that more and more consistently now. So yeah, look, the guys bowled really well today. They stuck to their guns, and they stuck in there as long as they could, even though they knew there were some hitters coming in later in the inning. So very proud of the boys, and a very nice bowling unit to be bowling with. Very chuffed.
And then to see Washington Sundar bowl with so much confidence, bowl a couple of overs in power play, was terrific to watch. And he is evolving as a good off-spinner. Conventional finger spinner doing well is always good news for spin bowling, isn't it, Vijay?
Oh yes. Also his temperament, and also the fact that he's been training to bowl in that condition. I mean, he has been told very clearly. The captain is backing him. His height gives him the advantage. I mean, it gives him the angle and also the bounce which he extracts from the pitch.
Vijay, when Shane Watson and Faf du Plessis failed for Chennai Super Kings, the team seems to be at its wit's end. Nobody seems to be able to make it count, not even Mahendra Singh Dhoni. You would have expected Ravindra Jadeja to bat higher up in the order, especially given the fact that he got a half century the earlier night.
Yes, Rajaraman. I mean, if you look at CSK, if Watson and Faf, they don't give you a bright start, then the whole pressure comes on Ambati Rayudu. And then you have Bravo is not able to click as you would expect him to. Jadeja, of course, off and on. Yes, last innings, he did get some runs. But it pains me to see Dhoni in this kind of a situation where he's struggling. I mean, he knows that he doesn't have the ammunition to outgun the opposition. So he's not able to absorb that pressure, which made him so famous. I mean, he could pull the team out of the rut anytime single-handed, but here he seems to be struggling, which is a very painful sight.
My own thought, Vijay, is that Ambati Rayudu consumed a lot of deliveries. Much like we got to see KL Rahul and his strike rate not being more than 125 in the earlier game, Ambati Rayudu took a lot of time to get his runs. He was not able to either play the big shots or rotate the strike. The number of dot balls in Chennai Super Kings innings was quite high, Vijay, last night. But then you could put it down to the slowness of the track and the smartness of the RCB bowlers.
Yeah, but then you are there to outsmart them, isn't it? I mean, if the slowness of the start, you will not get all kinds of pitches which suit your style. You will have to adapt. And we have seen batsmen in this tournament who have adapted their game, who have adapted to the situation. But Ambati Rayudu, Faf, Watson, if they don't get runs at the top, CSK seems to struggle.
That brings me to this interesting question that one of our regular viewers has got for us. Vinayak Anavalika talks to us about Chennai Super Kings and the need to rebuild its side now, Vijay. Let's watch what he has to ask and then we will take the question on.
I'm Vinayak Anavalika from Pune. My question to Mr. Vijay Lukpalli and Mr. G. Rajaraman is about Chennai Super Kings team. CSK's policy of persisting with its players over a long period of time has paid rich dividends. But on the flip side, many of these players are well past their mid-30s. Now if we consider IPL as a breeding ground for talented youngsters, I am surprised to find that CSK doesn't have many of them. Yes, Ruturaj Gaikwad got a couple of opportunities this IPL, but that's about it. and I am inclined to draw a parallel with the Australian cricket team of 1984. After the retirement of Big Three, it struggled big time. As a fan of Chennai Super Kings, I don't want it to happen to this team. So my question to both of you is, should Chennai Super Kings manage this transition from veterans to the youngsters in a better manner? Thank you.
Thank you, Vinayak, for this very thoughtful, very probing question. And obviously, you have done your homework. Yes, Chennai Super Kings has now reached a stage where it will have to kind of look at revamping the team. There's no doubt that the absence of Suresh Raina has hit them hard in this tournament. But then how long could Raina also would have continued? Dhoni is now on the last leg of his journey. Probably next tournament, whenever the next edition of IPL, we could likely see a revamped CSK, which was often referred to as Dad's Army. Do you agree, Rajaraman?
It's a very pertinent question, Vijay. There is no doubt about that. Vinayak has raised a very pertinent issue. But then the nature of the beast is such, Vijay. IPL, given the fact that the big auctions don't happen often, Chennai Super Kings has made a conscious decision to keep backing its stars for a number of years. And that is hurting them at this point of time. Basically because they have no youngsters to buy in auction. They did try Ruturaj Gaikwad in a couple of games. But when you have your back to the wall, it is going to be tough to back someone who has not scored runs. Chennai Super Kings will struggle a little bit because there is not much in the market available. The best young players are all taken. The other franchises are not going to let them go. We got to see Delhi Capitals. It was Delhi Daredevils till a few years ago. We got to see Delhi Daredevils invest in youngsters. They picked up Prithvi Shaw. They picked up Shreyas Iyer, who's now captaining the side. And when you back youngsters like Rishabh Pant, it is bound to pay you over a period of time. And we are getting to see that of Delhi Capitals at this point of time, Vijay.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't fault CSK, Rajaraman. If you see, it has looked the most consistent team in the tournament. I mean, in all these years, CSK was the team to beat. It had a fabulous fan base and it had the right combination. You had someone like Dhoni leading the squad, and the loyalty factor also counts. But now, yes, it is time to move on.
2 games tonight, Vijay. We won't spend too much time talking about them. The first is Sunrisers Hyderabad against Rajasthan Royals. Should be another good contest. Both sides wanting that extra victory now. And the other is a classic battle between Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals, the two sides that seem most favored to make it to the final.
I mean, Delhi Capitals is now looking as the team to beat. I'm not surprised. The captain has led the way. There are a few issues they need to settle, like big innings from Shikhar Dhawan. Like I say, I've been saying right through that big innings from him is overdue. But yes, like you said, it's likely to be a classic contest.
We shall wait for those games to unfold and talk about it tomorrow morning, Vijay, when we are back with more.
Thank you, Rajaraman. I enjoyed the discussion. Thank you.
Have a lovely day, Vijay, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow.